Hey there! If you caught our main episode this week, you know we're diving into all things brain health for World Alzheimer's Month. And today's Glow Bite is a quick, fun follow-up.
Yep, and guess what? September is also library card sign-up month. And we thought it was the perfect excuse to talk about one of our favorite brain-boosting tools that's totally free, reading. Reading isn't just relaxing, it's one of the best things you can do to keep your brain sharp. Studies show that regular reading strengthens your neural connections, improves memory and focus, and builds cognitive reserve, that protective buffer that helps your brain stay resilient as you age.
And here's what I love. It doesn't have to be self-help or super educational to count. Fiction, memoirs, romance, thrillers, they all stimulate your imagination and memory. And although you and I both gravitate towards different genres or topics, I'm more fiction and you're more nonfiction, we still are both always looking for good book recommendations, so we'd love for you to hit us up with your favorites.
Exactly. Yes, I'm always looking for a good personal development book rec, so definitely let us know what you're loving. And we should mention audiobooks count too. Listening still lights up the language and memory centers of your brain, so if reading a physical book doesn't fit your season right now, press play on a story while you're walking, cooking, or cleaning the house. And hey, that's also multitasking, which has brain health benefits too. Yeah, multitasking, your favorite. Mm-hmm. And actually, when you're physically active while you're learning, like walking while listening to a podcast or a class, you're actually boosting brain health in two ways at once. Movement increases blood flow and oxygen delivery to the brain, which helps feed your neurons and makes them more responsive. It also stimulates the release of neurochemicals like BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, which supports the growth of new neural connections. That means your brain isn't just taking in information, it's wiring it in more effectively. And that can result in better memory, faster learning, and stronger cognitive resilience over time.
And your library is more than just books. You can check out puzzles, games, language learning tools, even classes and events, all things that support mental stimulation and learning.
Yes, and the act of learning something new, like a hobby or a skill, is one of the most powerful ways to protect your brain in midlife. So maybe this is your sign to explore something different. Try a mystery novel, learn about astrology, take out a watercolor how-to guide.
Yeah, you know, when my kids were younger, it was like such an exciting thing to do. You get your first library card, you go and check out books. We would do story time. I know when my mom was babysitting my kids, she would take them to the library as like a fun activity. And, you know, that's also dual. So for her too, she could check out books or, you know, whatever. And then they had the story time classes for the kids. It was just such a fun experience.
I remember that even from when we were growing up, going to the library and that being like a fun thing, the story time and, you know, getting your first library card. Yeah, libraries are a fun place. I was actually just there recently too. And, yeah, obviously throughout all of my school, like going to a library to actually study, that was
maybe a little less fun.
It was maybe a little less fun, but as you know, going for fun. But it was a nice change of pace, having a new environment instead of just studying at home. So it was actually fun as studying can get.
Yeah, this actually reminds me I need to renew my library card. I think I'm about due, but I will because I do keep up with my library card every year. I enjoy going and it's fun to check out books. I'm not always a physical book person. I do like, you know, audiobooks and I do like books on my phone, but there is something special about having an actual paper copy of books. So, you know, whether you like either or, you can also rent books from the library, ebooks and audiobooks. Nice. So it's not just the physical books. So, yeah.
Yeah, that is nice. I think my preference is a physical book. I don't tend to do the audio as much, but I don't know why, because that seems like that would be very convenient. You could do that while you're doing literally so many other things. Yeah. So it's maybe something I need to explore more.
Yeah, I enjoy it. It's a nice way to like have an extra stimulation while you're doing other things, or like, you know, if you're doing something that's not so fun, like cleaning, you know, it kind of like makes it go faster, makes it a little less of a crappy task.
Right. Love it. Your brain craves novelty, stimulation, and rest. It doesn't need more pressure, but it does need your attention.
So this week's Glow Reflection. What's one brain nourishing activity I can make time for this week just because it brings me joy?
Whether that's reading a book, picking up a puzzle, visiting your library, or finally diving into that memoir that's been sitting on your nightstand. Just start. You don't have to track it or perfect it, just enjoy it.
And if you do try something new, we'd love to hear. DM us or leave us a comment on TikTok or YouTube. And don't forget, we're always looking for good book recs too, so let us know about those.
Thanks so much for joining us. Here's to feeling sharper, calmer, and more creatively lit up, one chapter at a time.
We'll see you back next week. Happy reading.